I don't want to overreact, but I'm gonna overreact. Luka facing Dallas in the first few games of his Lakers tenure. Now it was gonna happen. They're both in the Western Conference. They played 3, 4 times. Unless, you got those early season teams that play 3, 4 times within like the first what feels like 15, 20 games, and you're like, wow, that felt like a lot. Portland was the team for the my Timberwolves. But anyways, the same about Timberwolves, it's about the Lakers. First off, I hate to sound like this guy, but I am a Lakers fan. I don't talk about the Lakers that much, but because there's enough conversations about it, and it's really hard, you know, because you either have to overreact or underreact. And regardless of what you do, you're going to be wrong on either side. But I'm going to overreact today. I felt the need. I felt it was necessary to overreact to Luka because first off, the Lakers getting Luka is still settling in for me, even though he's played multiple games as I record this video. I expected, and I feel like a lot of us in the NBA community expected for this team to maybe take a year or two, get their big man that they need, that lob threat that Luka was talking about, and just getting this team set up for Luka because again, we know that LeBron is going to be gone sooner rather than later, and it sucks to say that even though, believe it or not, I am not like the biggest LeBron guy. I do just appreciate and respect LeBron's game a lot more than what I used to. I felt like I became too much of a everything that LeBron did, I had to hate on, and I started to realize that like LeBron's career is about to end, and you're gonna regret not appreciating. I am one of those people that I don't want to regret not appreciating a player because I didn't like that player. Like again, James Harden's another one for me on a lot less of a level. LeBron is like a top two, if not two, in that conversation, of course, of greatest of all time. So I don't want to put him and James Harden in the same conversation because they're not in the same conversation. But you get what I'm trying to say. Fandom can be very, very dramatic in its approach and the storylines, the conversations. And I feel, first off, I don't subscribe to Nico is like the worst GM ever, but Nico is a pretty bad GM. And I do understand that everything that he tried to make us, it tried to explain to help us understand didn't make any sense and just added more questions than answers. So Nico Harrison, yes, he is a problem. And whatever the Mavericks are trying to do with the new ownership, if that is true, if those rumors are true, that's a problem. I don't understand how you could just let go of a player like Luka so, I guess, willingly. And like Anthony Davis is no slouch, but for the reasons Anthony Davis wasn't like overweight or out of shape or anything like that, but he is injury prone. Like it's a running fucking joke in the NBA community that when he falls down, you better hope that he gets up. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a head scratching move at the end of the day. But again, I keep hearing the conversations about whether or not if they won a championship, if it would be worth it, not worth it. It's not going to be worth it. Luka is too valuable of a player, and there will come a point that Luka, if not this year, and this is my point. Let me get back to my point because I was about to get on a tangent about the Mavericks. This ain't about the Mavericks. Fuck the Mavericks. It is about the Mavericks, but it's about how Luka facing the Mavericks just made it feel more and more inevitable that like the motivations and the drive that he probably has. Again, not saying that Luka was becoming content with what things were, but I do feel that there is a new burden on his shoulders and a new thing to prove. And that is scary for a player that has already averaged 30 plus points in a season. And, damn near averages, it feels like averages a triple double, even though that's not what he averages. It's like 8.8 or something like that. Like he's like an assist and a rebound off of averaging a triple double. But my whole point is that Luka is a scary play when he is motivated. And again, I'm not saying that he wasn't motivated with the Mavericks, but he is more motivated than ever. He proves everybody wrong that ever doubted him in Dallas. It's just this crazy. sentence within itself, and not doubting his talent, but doubting his work ethic, doubting his his push and his need and his drive to go and get a championship because he just came off of a championship, all that good shit. You get what I'm trying to say. And the Lakers, when they made the trade, felt like, okay, you got Luka. Doesn't mean you're going to make the championship this year or make the run this year. You're going to make playoffs, but it's going to take a little bit because again, it's a team that you want to build. You're going to have to build the chemistry. You had to give up players, and you have lack of depth in certain important areas, center being that area where they are lacking depth. Jackson Hayes and Alex Lynn are the centers that should tell you everything you need to know. But have you seen Luka play? Do you know the one man offense he can be in a again 5 years off? You just took 5 years off of LeBron James. Like LeBron can essentially become a kid again. It's crazy to say, but LeBron is like it's crazy to think about the team that is set up. And like, let me not forget about and disrespect Austin Reeves, who is also a great playmaker in his own right. What I'm saying is you got three or two really legendary playmakers and legendary players offensively speaking. And, LeBron has his defensive prowess that used to have his older age. He's not as defensively sound as he once was. And the defense is going to suffer with Luka because we know Luka can be an all-time bad defender at times, like if we're being completely honest. But an offense that, hey, you center it around Luka. You got four other players you got to deal with. You center it around LeBron. You got four other players you got to deal with. Doesn't mean that there isn't a team that couldn't figure it out. It's just got two great fucking offensive players, and they're both driven in their own ways to succeed with a coach, which again, I got to give a lot of credit to JJ Redick because even before they got Luka Doncic, they were on a winning streak, and they are what 4 or 5, fourth or fifth seed right now, if I'm not mistaken. Credit to what the Lakers have been able to do within this past half a year. About they've really made changes now. Again, they got lucky with Rob Pelinka having the great relationship he had with Nico Harrison or whatever the fuck happened in that whole situation. But nonetheless, you just credit where credit is due. That's all I'm trying to say. I just want to give credit where credit is due. Luka is going to be a hard and scary player to have to defend night in and night out for a team, not only in the regular season, but once they try to hone in on not only Luka, but it isn't just because of Luka, but because of players. Like again, LeBron, which it's crazy to say players like LeBron isn't LeBron fucking James, but Austin Reeves. You also have Rui Hachimura. You see what Dorian Finney-Smith has been able to bring. Also, let's not forget Jared Vanderbilt has come back. They will find their lineups. I think JJ Redick has shown that he is a good coach. He is a competent coach. He is a coach that you can look at and see him being able to make those adjustments that are needed in a playoff setting. I am just worried still. I know they just destroyed the Nuggets, but again, that's just a game. Well, it's a 7-game series. We're having a whole different conversation. We know what Joker does, Jamal Murray. We know what that team could do. We all know that's like the fucking Lakers kryptonite. It's become the running meme in the NBA communities. But it's true. It's true. I can't lie. They always fuck us up. But anyways, I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all stay blessed. Have a good day. First off, before I leave, how do you feel about Luka? This move? Are you rooting for Luka and what you want to see him do in his career, or are you against what happened, not against Luka necessarily, but against the Lakers and them kind of getting a slide move by getting Luka Doncic? It's not even a slide move. Like, it's like the biggest, this is going to be a notorious trade in history if it isn't already. But anyways, y'all stay blessed. Have a good day. Ada.